I'm sure there'll be some people that join in throughout the meeting. I don't think there's a lot on the agenda, just a few updates. So we'll go ahead and get started. First order of business is going to be the committee minutes from May 27th. I know they got sent out. I talked to Terry. She said she sent them out last week, but then I didn't receive them until late last night. I don't know what the breakdown was, but thank you, Terry, for getting those minutes out. I'm not sure if she's on here. I know that can be a daunting task at some point, but does anybody have any questions over the meeting minutes from May? There was a lot in there. We had a lot to catch up on because we hadn't had a meeting for a couple months. So there was February, March, and April as far as the financial reports, and then also locked-in reports as well. So, and we had a couple big motions last month as well.
I make the motion we approve the minutes.
Motion made by Jim to accept the minutes. Do we have a second?
Jamie did, but his looks like his mic's muted, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I second for the third time.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello. I was listening.
Okay, we have Jim made a motion to accept the minutes. Jamie seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Approved from last month. Finance, Kimberly, are you on?
Yes, I am.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Fine.
We'll go ahead and start with the financial report for the month of May.
Okay, I emailed out the financial report last week for May, and the OAP1 plan had a net income for the month $4,742. The OAP2 plan had a net income of $52,702 for the month of May. Overall, for the fiscal year, we're experiencing a loss of $268,796. And the ending fund balance as of May was $3,309,897. Does anyone have any specific questions about anything listed on the report?
I don't have any questions on it. I think it looks good. I'm happy to see that the committee's worked and some of the changes we've made over the last couple of years that were I say $300,000 is close, but in the amount of money that we're dealing with, coming close to breaking even on our fund, I think that's a good sign. I think we're moving in the right direction where we need to be. Do we have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion. We accept it. Finance report.
Jamie makes a motion to accept the finance report. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Is that Cindy?
Yes.
Motion made by Jamie to accept the financial report, seconded by Cindy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Finance report is approved. Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you.
Is Lisa Phillips or anybody from Signon?
Hey, Mike. Sorry, it's Selena.
Hi, Selena.
Yeah, hi. Sorry. Lisa's having she's trying to get on, so I have her on the phone here. Lisa,
Okay.
Did you just want to talk on the phone?
Yeah.
Okay, you're on. They're listening, so.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Julie is not on the call today, so she'd asked me to give you just a very, very, very brief information on the clinic. As of right now, unfortunately, she doesn't have any updates. She is working on setting up the network, the different Hy-Vees and clinics, and because due to the COVID, she may not have anything for you by July 1st. So she just wanted you to know that she's still working on it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. That was one of my questions. I know that's something that we brought up in January and February. And with everything going on, we're kind of in a new time. So we understand that it takes a little bit longer.
Okay.
This is Brian Kidney. In fact, I might follow up on that a little bit if that's all right with the committee.
Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
So Julie and I have been in quite a bit of conversations regarding the implementation of the new clinic plan. And if you recall, the committee approved the idea of us going out to all the high Vs in the area and to lower, or for Plan 1 to have a no copay at a visit, and for Plan 2, I think it's like a $25 copay or some smaller amount, and also to allow participants to be able to do all the wellness things that Hy-Vee Wellness has, which is, they have a dietary program, they have just a lot of programs and everything, and this will allow all employees or participants and the dependents to access quick care from around the Kansas City metro. So Julie had asked me a few things, and just to confirm, and I just want to pass along those things that I did confirm with her. One is that this would, the coverage would also include dependents. And I did let her know, I believe the committee's idea was that we would include dependents on that. And then, let me see, one of the other, and the wellness aspect also. And I did confirm that, not just a quick care, but also accessing all the other benefits that they would have through Hy-Vee Wellness. Through conversations with the committee and Mike and Cindy, I kind of remember that was a major deal about this. So I did pass along that and confirm that. The issue that they're having is the coding, the behind the scenes to make sure when an employee goes, the system is set up to be able to know that there's not a copay, for instance. And she believes that it might be mid-July before that goes into effect, if not a little bit later. So a couple things. She asked, do we want to go ahead and still promote it, or wait until we know everything is live and working? And I suggested that I think the committee, but again, this is the committee's decision, is that the marketing and promoting out to employees should wait until everything is working. So if we didn't, what would happen is that an employee would go, let's say they go July 1st, they would be charged a $25 copay. However, when everything is implemented, let's say it's July 15th or July 20th or whatever, the EOB would be redone. It'd be fixed, and they would go back to July 1st and then refund people. And I just thought that sounded like it would be too complicated to try to explain out on a marketing piece or, explaining to employees. So that's kind of a decision I think the committee may want to consider, if we promote it as of July 1 and let people know that if they go in, it will be fixed later, or wait until everything's smooth and ready to go and promote that. I will say it will go into place on July 1st. So if a person does go in there and use it, they get charged the $25. Later down the road, when the switch takes place, it is backed up to July 1st. So all intents and purposes, the Hy-Vee Health will be ready to go July 1st. It's just that reporting and how it works in the network is the delay. So I'll leave that and for you, Mike, and how you want to address that.
What does the committee think on this?
My thoughts, I agree with Brian that we don't promote it till we know it's working properly, because that just puts HR, they're just going to get tons of questions on that. And I just don't think, I think if somebody uses it and it backs it and gives them that discount after the fact, great, they got something good out of it. But I think we wait and do the promotion till when we know it's working, because we do that too many times. We rush something and then everybody gets upset because it doesn't show up the way they think it should. So.
Well, and I kind of agree with Cindy on this. If we wait until everything's in place and we have all of our ducks in a row and everything's running tip-top shape like it will, I don't want to deter people from not using that clinic. We've opened this up to have have it access across the entire Kansas City metro area, and for not only our employees but also the dependents and spouses. And I think it would just cause a bunch of headaches if we put a promotional piece out now trying to explain all that. I'd rather wait until everything's in place and we have it up and running 100%, and we can just put out one promotional piece and make it clear and self-explanatory and easy to use, and that way everybody understands what's going on.
I agree with you on that too. It's not like it's going to be 6 months delayed wait.
Yeah, no matter how much information we put out, there's going to be some people that show up and then get mad because they get charged a copay if they start early.
Exactly.
So, Brian, I think the committee's in consensus that we'll wait on the promotional piece until everything's up and running and the coding issues have been figured out with the copay.
Okay, that's great. And then I'll work with Julie, Selena, and Lisa to get some draft marketing pieces. And so Cigna is going to be responsible. They said they stepped up and they said that they'll be producing everything and getting that going. But when we get a draft put together, we'll get it out to you guys for edits and ideas.
Okay. Brian, something else you mentioned on the piece too, as far as the wellness goes. I know myself, you, Jennifer, and Cindy and Adam have all had conversations as far as the wellness factors go. Would that be possible to set some type of meeting up between us with Julie as well, and maybe include Selena in on that, so that we can kind of get an idea of what wellness programs are offered through Hy-Vee and how we can kind of expand our wellness program and utilize that as well?
Absolutely, that's a great idea.
Okay. Well, I know everything's kind of busy right now with all the COVID stuff, and especially with the holiday coming up. But maybe sometime before we send out that marketing piece, that maybe the group of us can sit down and meet and discuss that as far as the wellness, and figure out if there's some way to tie that in with Cigna and our Motivate Me program and everything like that as well.
Okay, I'll try to get that meeting set up in a week or two.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Does anybody else have any questions for Lisa from Cigna? Okay. Amber and Dina, we'll go ahead and move on to the financial report from Lockton.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mike. Good morning, everyone. So we have claims through May, and per the cover sheet, total plan costs for the month of May were $1.3 million, or as we have historically been looking at this on a PEPM or per employee basis, it's $1,184. I know historically we've looked at that on a PEPM basis, and just I'll give you that number, what it was this time last year. So from January through May of 2019, that was $1,068. So if you look at those two figures, that's an increase of 25% on a PEPM basis. Last month, if you recall, we talked about looking at this a little bit differently because of since the plan is no longer covering retirees over the age of 65. So we have added in membership, and I didn't think about this until this morning, but we'll update the cover letter going forward to also include the PMPM. But to give you an idea, so like I just mentioned, on a PEPM basis, the plan costs are up 25%. If we look at actual membership, so every belly button on the plan, year to date, the plan costs are at $561. And this time last year, it was $493. So that represents just shy of a 14% increase. So that increase looks a lot more favorable on a PMPM basis. And Dina and I were talking about what we had projected in February with claims. I think, Dina, you can chime in. I think it was claims through February of last year. So where the plan is running at today on a PMPM basis is just about 3% higher than what we had projected. Is there anything else you would add to that, Dina?
Nope, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Do you see that in one particular category, like prescriptions or medical, or what area do you think is causing the influx?
I don't know. We didn't dive that deep into it, Cindy. We will, though, for next month to kind of see if we can identify it.
Yeah, because I'm always curious about that because we always know we need to look at that prescription piece because it seems like prescriptions, those keep going on the rise and we need to stay on trend with those, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to evaluate simply because the retirees, that was the biggest piece that they actually used within the plan was the prescription drugs. And so we'll try and split it out and see, maybe just look at the active and ignore all the retirees to kind of take a look at it because we'll have a hard time separating out the pre-65 members that are part of a post-65 retiree family from last year. I mean, that's where we start running into problems. We also have some GASB reporting coming that will help us divide that out. So,
and Dina, I wonder if
that's.
Oh, I didn't mean to speak over you. Sorry, Dina.
That's okay.
I wonder if that also might be a little bit hard to quantify because you guys, if you look at the actual, if you look at page 1 of the experience report, I guess it's PDF document, but it goes through month by month. You'll see that claims for April and May are down quite a bit. And we've seen just across the board that plan costs are down due to COVID and people deferring care. So at least on the medical side, people are still appearing to get their prescription drugs, but that might be a little bit hard to quantify too, Dina, if we're seeing a deferment in care to tie back with how that ties back into post 65s dropping off the plan too. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah. This is just a very unusual year, to say the least. So it's, we can make some guesses, but I feel like we're going to have a really hard time
truly quantifying
things because of so many moving pieces.
Is it going to be safe to say that since April and May, our claims were down because of the COVID and people not trying to, and doctor's appointments being canceled and everything like that? Is it kind of safe to say that we may start to see that increase and we'll see higher than usual numbers as doctor's offices and elective surgeries open back up and people start getting back out and going to the doctors?
So there'll be some. I think claims will return to norm and maybe go up a little bit. There are going to be claims that will never come back. So like if you had a quarterly dermatologist appointment, you're not going to go 3 times in one quarter to make up for the quarters that you missed. So some of that is going to be completely avoided, but some will start catching up later in the year. We think that June will be another low month, and then things will kind of start returning to norms in July. And so as far as as we're projecting in the future, our actuaries won't even use the months of April, May, and June as part of their calculations because they are so uncomfortable with the numbers for those 3 months.
Okay.
Thank you, Dina.
But again, that's more medical related than prescription related. So we ought to be able to look at prescriptions a little bit.
Yep. And then the only other thing I wanted to point out was large claims. So we have 2 folks that have claims over the 150,000 threshold. Luckily, neither of those have hit the spec. And then just for and then we've got 5 people who are kind of in that what I'll call pipeline for claims between 100,000 and 150,000. So we've got a couple folks on the horizon that are approaching that 150,000.
And just curious, where were we at with claims, our high cost claims last year at this time? Do you know? Nope, you're muted, Amber.
Oops, sorry. Thank you. I had paper on my keyboard and it hit my mute. I'm so sorry. So it looks like I could not track down, and Dina, you might be able to track it down, a soft copy of the actual May report. But when I look back at the year-end report and what month people hit, it looks like there were 2 people who had hit the large claim report, and neither one of those had gone over spec. So pretty much similar situation as to what we're at today, Mike.
Awesome.
What questions can I answer that we have not addressed yet?
It's kind of quiet without Mike Labor here, isn't it?
I know. No one to talk smack to me.
Well, if nobody has anything else for Amber or Dina from Lockton, do we have a motion to approve their experience report from Lockton?
I'll make a motion, prove it.
I'll second it.
Jamie made the motion, seconded by Jim. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Jennifer or Terry, an update from HR.
Got to unmute. Really don't have much. We moved our offices up to the 3rd floor. So we're now where the former law department was. So if you're looking for us. So been busy with that and just a variety of things. Do you have anything, Jennifer?
So,
No, I don't. This is Jennifer. I don't have anything.
I'm sorry, I about took over for Jennifer. Jennifer told me earlier she was at an appointment, maybe not able to respond. So I was trying to respond real quick. I will add that we were notified from Cigna Dental that due to, as Lockton was saying earlier about normal appointments, I thought maybe Lockton would cover this on their report, but Cigna is giving back a month of premium for dental as a credit back to any self-insured plans. And so I think a determination or something needs to be, thought of. Is this something that the committee wishes to, maybe give back to the participants? And we would just want to think through how that actually happened, given how, it would work through the payroll system or not. So I guess without, anyone starting to talk, I guess I would think if we'd want to, which I don't know why we wouldn't, as we talked about, the financials were in pretty good shape. Just have them, and I don't want to call it a premium vacation, by God, but just we could probably have a month where we're not withholding dental insurance from people in just to reflect the credit that Cigna gave back because people didn't use that coverage during the pandemic. So again, I'll leave that to the committee. Nothing needs to be decided now. I mean, this is something that could be done later on.
Brian, that is something we could do in payroll if that's what the committee decides, is to do like a month of no dental deduction.
Okay. Yeah, I'd rather do that than truly like a credit back. That's what I was talking. I would rather not do that, but just a delay a month.
I think that kind of sounds like the best way to do it, and I'm not opposed to doing that. I think we do need to wait till we actually get the refund.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it would be hard to give that credit back to the employees. I would rather just kind of, do a freeze for a month on the dental and, give it back that way. But I agree with Cindy. It probably need to wait until we have that refund in hand. And then maybe that's something that when we send out the promotional piece with the clinic, the Hy-Vee clinics and everything like that, maybe we can include that in there as well if we have that refund. Any idea when we're supposed to have that refund?
No, I'm not sure. Is Kimberly still on the call? I don't think she's still on the call. I'll find out and just report back to the group.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. If we don't have any other updates from Terry or Jennifer, we'll move on to wellness and Selena.
Hey, I'm back. Okay, not a lot, just a few things. The Sermon Center is going to be opening July 1, even with the delayed opening. So there's going to be an email sent out to the employees just as a reminder that they get to use the Sermon Center for free, and we have classes that are offered to them for free. And I'll update, Rosie sent me the updated classes, so that should be sent out probably tomorrow to the employees, just as a reminder. Starting July 1, they can start using the Sermon Center again. With the biometric screenings, we're moving forward on that. I just got an email yesterday from our Quest coordinator, and she said that she is working with the eligibility file, and it should be launching sometime next week. So we should hear back from them next week. And then, just like Brian was saying, Cigna has like all kinds of marketing information. So does Quest. So when we send this information out for the biometrics, they'll have all that stuff put together for us. We just kind of have to input a few different things, but it should be a real easy education marketing thing that we can send out to the employees. So I'm hoping, soon we should get that out there. And then same to that is with the Motivate Me, we moved, excuse me, we moved all the deadlines that are claims driven. So physicals, doctor's appointments, anything that goes through your claim, so biometrics, we moved all those deadlines to December 31st for everybody. So now all the employees will just be getting one awards at the end of the year, so December 31st. That way everybody has time to get in their appointments and go see their doctors if they need to for stuff. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see everything's starting to pick back up and move forward. That's a good sign. Thank you, Selena.
You're welcome.
Move on to old business. If you remember last month, we made the motion for the Embark Benefit Protection Program on the gene therapy. I sent the motion up to Adam and Zach. So I'm sure that that's moving forward. Brian, do you have any update on that?
You mean for management to approve, or?
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, where are we at on that? Because I know that was supposed to take effect July 1, so I didn't know if we were going to be able to have that in place by then or not.
Yeah, well, if you recall, management had already approved the concept, and so when the recommendation to do so came back from the committee, it was just, we approve.
Okay.
Okay. I think I understand that Cigna is looking at that whole program, and there might be some changes coming up to that, but I haven't heard any more on that, like coverages and things. So when Julie gets back, we'll touch base on that just to see how that's moving forward.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything under old business? What about new business? Nothing? Nobody? Well,
I just wanted to say, Mike, that this is my last meeting, and I'm moving to Idaho right after the 4th of July. And I just wanted to say thanks to all of you. I've really appreciated working with each of you, and I think you guys have all worked really hard, and you guys do a great service for the city and provide great oversight for the benefits that all the employees and their families get to enjoy. And I just wanted to say thanks for letting me be a part of that, and really appreciate each and every one of you and all the work you guys do. So I wanted to say that.
Well, thank you, Alicia, for everything you've done for us. I know you spent many years as an alternate on this committee, and finally got to come up and be part of the committee, and we appreciate your input. You've been a vital asset to us, and we're going to miss you, but we wish you the best, and hope everything works out for you.
Thanks.
So if there's no other new business, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Jamie makes a motion to adjourn, seconded by Jim. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right. Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Yes. Did you have something, Jamie?
No, so thank you.
Okay. And next month we will see you on July 22nd. So hope everybody has a great week, and thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone.
Bye.